Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to No Bullshit. Today we're talking about the Cash Me Outside girl. Unfortunately, she flew under my radar earlier this year when she made her now infamous TV appearance on Dr. Phil.
Did you say the hoes are laughing?
Yep.
So the audience are a bunch of hoes.
Yep. Catch me outside. How about that?
Huh?
Catch me outside. How about that?
Now she's cashing in on her 15 minutes of fame with a little YouTube channel. Nice. Danielle Bregoli is now a 14-year-old internet star and wannabe rapper. Oh joy. And coincidentally, she has a very loose grasp of the English language. To put it kindly, we're gonna take a look at her trending music video real soon, but for starters, let's check out this other video called Danielle Bregoli Q&A Sesh 2. That's sesh, not session, because you know she's cool and ghetto.
Hey bitches, today I'm gonna be doing a Q&A and answering the questions that y'all bitches gotta ask me. Alright, you ready, ho? I'm ready, ho.
I'm not ready for this, and neither are you, Danielle. I don't think any 14-year-old is ready to talk and act like you are, honey. Her intro is "Hey bitches," for Christ's sake, and that's on most of her videos.
Hey bitches, hey bitches, hey bitches.
And I'll admit, it's hard to blame this girl herself too much, her being so young and all. No, her parents are most likely to blame for this little disaster. Probably mostly her mother, who looks like a white trash hoe herself. And I'm guessing her father's not around. This looks like a typical single mother, horrible daughter situation.
At I Cry in a Ferrari asks, would you ever consider being a talk show host? No, but I have made a talk show host. I don't know if you know him. His name is Dr. Phil. I made him a great big shining star. He had just been upcoming. He's been doing this shit since like 1890, and I made him someone. So I basically am a talk show host.
I know you're kidding, but everyone knows Oprah made Dr. Phil. Let's not marginalize the many years Phil spent kissing her ass. Her very big, very black ass.
Josh asks, do you have any other catchphrases than catch me outside? Yes. First, I have pissy pussy thought, and then I have, like, I call people a duck. I'll be like, you a duck. You a duck ass bitch.
Pissy pussy thought and duck. Along with Cash Me Outside, this girl's got a catchphrase goldmine. She's like this new generation's Bart Simpson.
I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
I say stop that shit a lot. STAWP S8. Wait, what? No, I'm not even gonna spell it because I'm fucking it up. But I never say catch me outside.
Your inability to spell is a bit troubling. I know you're just 14, but this is not a good sign. This girl should be in school, not hoeing it up on YouTube. I know I would never let my future daughter, God forbid, act this way in public. I don't care how much money we'd make off of it either. And I certainly wouldn't be letting my kid get all these piercings and ratchet ass hair and jewelry. Look at that disgusting tongue piercing she has. She's only fucking 14 for God's sake. I don't think she's old enough to decide whether she wants a hole in her tongue for the rest of her life. This may be child neglect, child exploitation, or quite possibly child endangerment.
What do you think of this drawing of you that I drew? It's cute. I mean, it could be better. My boob could be normal, not like this. It should be like this.
Now I want to talk about the production value here, which is really high for some reason. I mean, she's the most garbage person making the trashiest content ever, but it's filmed on a prime lens with low depth of field and high quality background music. Plus there's motion graphics and transitions. She must have hired a decent editor, at least. Kind of a waste though, since she's got nothing funny or interesting to say at all. Sure, the video looks nice, but the content's garbage. Danielle is basically a walking meme at this point. Watching her channel is like looking into the freak show of the carnival, of the YouTube carnival. She's YouTube's freak show. That, or it's a good demonstration of how not to raise a 14-year-old girl.
Do you think your house is haunted? Not this house. The other house was definitely haunted. 100% haunted. Like, all the way haunted.
Of course she believes in ghosts. I mean, she does later say she loves American Horror Story.
Like, we'll be sitting on the couch, like, watching, especially when we watch American Horror Story.
And in one of the next questions, she even admits she loves ghosts.
How do you feel about ghosts and spirits? I love horror movies, ghosts, anything like that.
And like we've gone over on the show before, believing in paranormal activity is not just a girl thing, it's also a dumb people thing. Her mom can't even teach her that ghosts aren't real? Jesus Christ. Lord Almighty. God save us. Is this the world ending? There are 2 more hurricanes about to hit Florida this week, which is actually where this Cash Me Outside girl is from. Coincidence? I think not. I think God may be punishing America for this degeneracy. And unfortunately, it's starting with my home state of Florida. which I am now ashamed of. Next, let's go ahead and get into Danielle's music video. Last week she released her new rap song which has been trending all over the internet. It's called Danielle Bregoli is a Bad Baby, These Hoes, all spelt really weird, with the hoes part spelt with that Louisiana EAUX spelling. I'm guessing they thought a 13-year-old girl rapping about hoes was a little too much, so the least they could do is change the spelling to try to mask it a little bit. It's a nice try, but this song title is still inappropriate and trashy as fuck. Oh well, let's check it out.
I ain't nothing like these hoes. Don't compare me to no one.
Again, pretty high production value, I have to admit. It's a little funny and weird they spent so much time and money and editing and camera work for this. For this garbage human with garbage music.
What did you fucking say?
A garbage human.
Yeah, I'm fucking better than you, okay? Much better than you. You are garbage.
A garbage human.
I mean, they must have hired some decent camera and editing guys at the least. And someone made the music too, which I'll admit isn't half bad. I mean, the track isn't bad, the beat and stuff. But it is just more ghetto glorifying trap music bullcrap at the end of the day. Which is pretty ironic because these types do try to act rich and classy, while at the same time talking ghetto and dressing trashy. It's a very interesting contradictory mix. Basically the epitome of being hood rich. These broke people come from some white trash redneck neighborhood in North Florida. Danielle gets on Dr. Phil, makes some money, and of course she moves to Los Angeles. LA is a magnet for these types of people. It's not just a magnet for actors and musicians. It also attracts trashy douchebags and assholes. They want to move out here and go all Hollywood. First they start YouTube channels with Q&As and bullshit, and then they make accompanying rap songs. Kinda like what Logan and Jake Paul did, but Danielle is much worse. And all these white YouTubers trying to come out with rap songs is a very ghetto thing to do. I swear, every person in the ghetto has some kind of mixtape. All black people want to be rappers, and now white people are trying to get in on it. Everyone's a wannabe rapper nowadays, just like the Cash Me Outside girl.
Look, these hoes be fake flossing. Fake ass jewelry got a neck rash. These hoes be fake ballin'. Tax money that shit won't last. These hoes be dick riders and they gon' come up cause they let you fuck. These hoes be full of drama. They always with the extra.
Now, let's break down these lyrics real quick. Keep in mind this is coming out of the mouth of a 14-year-old. These hoes be dick riding. They gon' come up cause they let you fuck. Very interesting, especially coming from a fucking child. Now I know nowadays any kid over 10 or 11 is gonna know something about sex. I mean, with this day and age and the internet and everything, it's kind of inevitable. It's really hard to shelter kids with that. But there is something just wrong about a girl this young like Danielle talking about dick riding, let alone talking about how her friends are trying to come up by letting guys fuck them. I'm hoping those friends are older because I really don't think anyone under 16 should be having sex, and they especially shouldn't be openly talking about it and rapping about it. Hell, I'll even move that up to being 17, the old standard set by Chef in South Park.
When is the right age for us to start having sex?
It's very simple, children. The right time to start having sex is 17.
17?
17.
So you mean 17 as long as you're in love?
Nope, just 17.
But what if you're not ready at 17?
17. You ready?
Now I know there's 13 and 14-year-olds having sex out there. It's a little young and gross, but it happens. It's a reality. But it really shouldn't. Their parents really need to be watching out for this kind of behavior with kids, especially preteens, anyone under 16 or 17. And it looks like Danielle's mom has not done a good job at that. I mean, it's very likely Danielle is all talk and this is just some perverse act she's putting on, but I got a bad feeling a lot of this is true.
I have a bad feeling about this.
I don't sense anything.
She's very likely already out there having sex and hoeing it up, and that's pretty fucked up.
These hoes they wake up, they begging. On the ground, they be fake flexing. These hoes they wake up, they broke. They mattresses be on the floor. These hoes they wake up, they messy. They run in their mouth, they so petty. These hoes they feed off attention. 0 time, that's what I give them.
Well, obviously you feed off attention too, Danny. I mean, that's all you've done this whole year since the Dr. Phil appearance. Makes it kind of hypocritical to call others out for that.
Ain't nothing like these hoes. Don't compare me to no one. Money green like a sea low.
Now, I don't want to get too technical on this crap, but why the fuck would two doctor-looking type people be doing lip injections in a random apartment with the window open and strobe lights in the background for good measure? Come on, people. My willing suspension of disbelief only goes so far. Well, despite their poor representation, I would say these mothers against Bad Baby have pretty good reasons to protest this. It is the exploitation of a 14-year-old child, showing her hoeing it up, piercings everywhere, and talking about riding dicks. And there are many other reasons why this shit is wrong and fucked up, so I think these protesters have a point.
Look, these hoes be like it, see me in the back and they talk hella shit, but don't say it in person. Won't catch me off guard on no boulevard. Four in my car, and my driver, my guard.
And we finish things off with more barely distinguishable lyrics. It's pretty hard to understand anything Danielle's saying in the whole song. I mean, it's definitely not the worst track I've ever heard, but it's still pretty fucking bad. This is pretty much the embodiment of why other countries hate Americans. Danielle makes us look like uneducated, ghetto, sex-obsessed, and money-hungry assholes. And this music video also proves pretty much anyone can make a rap song like this. I mean, this girl can barely speak English yet. They could still put all this together around her. Danielle got famous for being a trashy hoe on Dr. Phil, whose one catchphrase, "Cash me outside," put her on the map. And now she's rapping and cashing in on YouTube. What world am I living in? Is this even real? And the really funny thing is, I actually like the beat to this song. Like I said, it's not half bad, all things considered, and it's certainly better than the newer pop songs coming out in the last few weeks. Taylor Swift, for example, has a new track out and it's pretty depressing and boring. Plus, she looks disgusting in the video. Danielle, for all her flaws and piercings and black hairdos, she's still a fairly attractive girl. We also got Katy Perry falling apart this week with her feminist bullshit and her silly new song.
For more than a minute. Get used to it. Funny, my name keeps coming at your mouth.
Pretty terrible. Now, I wouldn't say Danielle is on par with these pop star elites or anything, but at least she's got a catchy beat going on, and her video's got plenty of lulz. Taylor and Katy are just awful nowadays. I think they're falling from grace. In the end, Danielle Bregoli is a total train wreck, sure, but I also don't think she's the worst thing in the world either. Her being only 14 does give her a little leeway to act stupid. I would say most of the blame here is on her mother and her upbringing. She's been raised to be this self-entitled, spoiled little white trash wannabe black person, and it's fucking sad. Thankfully, I don't think many people are actually looking up to her or thinking she's some kind of respectable role model. Let's be real, she's a freak show carnival attraction we all like to watch out of curiosity. She's a lolcow, a living meme. Cash me outside, more like cashing in on your ghetto daughter on YouTube for all the wrong reasons. Poor girl, they grow up way too fast nowadays. Whatever happened to letting kids be kids? I mean, if it was my kid, I would try to protect him from this embarrassment, because I'm pretty sure Danielle's gonna grow up one day and find this phase in her life cringy as fuck. What do you guys think? Is Danielle Bregoli the worst? Is her mom to blame for her perverse lifestyle? And how did you like her new rap song? Comment below, and thanks for watching No Bullshit. See y'all next time.
I let it go back to when we played as kids, but then change. That's the way it is. Come on.
That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same.